We are back for another collaboration between Pilot Fish and TalkSpace, so commercial property experts meets commercial finance experts, and this time we're focusing on commercial owner-occupied developments. And I'm going to start off over here with Alice and John and ask you, A, what is a commercial owner-occupied development, and how does a client qualify for such a project?
So a commercial owner-occupied development is pretty much what it says on the tin. It's when a client is looking to build their own premises. There are a number of reasons for that. The approach from the lender's perspective to a commercial owner-occupied development is twofold. They want to ensure that they can do the development in its own right, and then they also look at the exit. So to ensure that the development is viable, they want to ensure that there is experience amongst the team in that form of development. So if it's commercial, they'll want to ensure that the client has previously undertaken commercial development, or if they haven't, they will want the contractors to come in, usually on a JCT fixed price basis. They'll also want to make sure that the scheme is profitable, so there does still need to be around 25% profit in there. And then they want to ensure that you've got the build cost there or thereabouts, and that you are paying within market price for that development. And the other incredibly important thing is, before you undertake development finance, you do need full planning on the land. We also look at the exit finance that's available, and that's when John gets involved.
Yeah, so our team would look at the key component, because it's a business that would be going in and occupying it, just making sure that there's a sustainable level of profit within the business currently that can actually service the longer term mortgage. So as Alice said, it's a key component to the overall sign off of the loan, just to make sure that absolutely the client can afford the longer term mortgage and there's enough profit in the deal. So therefore it comes back to the 75% owner occupied mortgage for the exit, basically. So.
Okay. So Linda, why would a client choose to build their own premises rather than rent or buy?
Well, let's face it, commercial property can be in very short supply, so sometimes it's a last resort really, because there's just such a lack of suitable property, suitable stock that's actually available, so it is the last resort. This obviously ties in with the supply and demand issues of commercial property, which go up and down as may be. They may want a specialist building, and so the only way they can actually get what they want is by building it themselves for various reasons. Lots of different industries need exactly the right property, or it could be for their prestige or their brand that they need to build it from that basis.
Okay, all right. And so then, Jonathan, what would you say are the key considerations for an owner-occupied development?
Well, I think it's actually something that everybody's touched upon so far, which is about protecting investment or investment value. So if you're building a very specialist building, what you need to be really careful of is that you build it with also the end game in mind, which is the market in general. So creating a situation where you've created a building that is very bespoke to yourself, that is not in demand for the rest of the market, can lead to all kinds of difficulties in terms of finance. So understanding that ahead of the game and making a building that is quite generic, I suppose, that still suits and still got the bells and whistles on it, but it fits within the general market. I think there's the issue, time scale is one that you have to be very wary of. Building your own will generally take anything between 12 months to 15 months depending on the operation. Do you go to your own contractors, or do you have a turnkey operation where a developer builds it for you? That's another important consideration. And then with all of that, I think it comes back down to location. And again, I think if you look at property generally, location is such a key factor, so making sure that you build it in the right place. So.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.